So we're just gonna practice getting our hooks in first and getting onto the back. This is just one way to do it. And then we're gonna work on the rear naked strangle finish and then some hand fighting to get us on more reliably. So when we're here, he's probably gonna keep everything tucked tight. That gives me no space in here to get my hooks in. So I'm gonna look to get one hand inside. I'm gonna look to find the wrist here. I'm gonna pull the wrist down and flare the elbow out. That allows me to get my first hook in right here. I wanna make sure I'm forward, close to this shoulder here. I don't wanna be all the way back here. That's where I could lose the back. High hips, chest is forward, and then this hand is looking to get to this wrist. We're gonna look to flare that out. Stay up for a moment. And then we're gonna use the space that we created over here to get our hips high, not from down here, I can't reach. High, second hook. We're gonna attack the neck right away if his chin's up, and we're gonna fall off to a side here. All right, so he's covering the space. He knows I want hooks. So we're gonna look to dig a hand in, look to get to this forearm right here. Forearm goes in and I'm looking to drive the elbow out. I don't just use my arm like this. I walk it with my body. And then I take that space right there. High hips, chest is forward, and then I'm looking to get this wrist. I look to fold this wrist in, and I'm moving with my whole body to open that up. Second hook, we attack the neck right away. If the neck's not there, we take a seat belt. Roll over a little bit, turn. So if we can't get the neck, we just take a seat belt. One hand's under the shoulder, one hand's over the shoulder, and we connect chest to back. That controls rotation right there. One more. All right, that's closed. And sometimes it's even hard to get your hand in. Just post behind the arm and move them a little bit. Stay up, don't fall. Move them a little bit. That's gonna help you get your hand inside. Open that up. Hook one. And then again, we can try and move him a little bit to get this open. And if he gives me the space before I even drive, I can just take the second hook. I'm gonna look to attack the neck as I fall off to the strangle side, not the underhook side, this one that's going after the neck. I'm usually falling off to this side. If he lets me under the chin, we attack immediately. If he doesn't, we can just take a seatbelt to control him and get our points here. All right, fits that way. Get really tight this time. All right, so this one move is a little tougher when they're super balled up because it can be harder to get inside here. And also, even if, open up for a second, even if this opens and he keeps his legs very tight, there's no space to put my foot through.
Damn, Kyle.
Sorry. You good?
Yeah.
All right, so from here, a different option. When they're very narrow in their stance, we can take a tight waist, control here, anywhere over here, honestly. And we're gonna put this shin parallel with this shin. And we're just gonna pull him and roll this way. And then right here, our foot kicks through. That's hook one. We're starting to take a seatbelt and try and attack the neck. Hook two, if we're under the chin, we go for the neck. If he's defending, we just take our seatbelt, or we take this stuff right here, whatever you like. But again, so open your knees right now. And then right here, that's a lot of space. I can put this through pretty easy. But if his knees are tight together, it's hard to get my hooks in, but he's less stable too. So here, tight waist, controlling here. This shin goes parallel to this shin. And I just rock him into my lap and he's gonna roll easy because his base is narrow. One hook, two hook. I'm attacking the neck at the same time. If it's not there, just seatbelt and take your points for the back. What's up? Like, turn. Right here? Or more? Right here?
Anybody want to see my ass more? Anybody want to see my ass more?
Narrow knees. No, nobody wants to see this. Narrow knees, that's the cue. So I can't fit my hook in. I'm trying and I can't fit it in. It's because of the narrow knees. Tight waist, control the bicep, the trap, something over here. Just staying behind him is the concept. My shin, parallel, controlling, pull him into my lap and make sure my foot kicks through. Right there, one, two. I try the neck. If it's not working, seatbelt or wrist control.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Just sit and face them.
Sit.
Yeah. All right, so when we go for the choke, we're just gonna practice the finish, no resistance.
Angle.
We're usually trying to get under from the back of the... Unless he's completely caught off guard, he's busy trying to keep us off the neck, and we just dive through, that's free, we'll take that. But if they're tucking at all, you're gonna wanna try and get in from the base of the jaw here and get your knuckles under, and then the forearm follows that. The most common thing people do when they set this choke is they're squeezing so tight and retracting their back muscles when they set the choke that when I get to the finishing grip, I have nowhere to pull. So I don't want to set the grip from here. I want to set the grip from here. And now I can pull all the way through all that space. His neck's right here. I'm long and I want to retract through all that space. If I set the grip when my back's already retracted, I can't pull anywhere. Right, so we dig under the chin and we can crawl our fingers across the shoulder sometimes to get all the way in. Bicep connection here, forearm connection here. We're cutting off all the blood flow. And when I get to my bicep, I'm not gonna reach through and give him a chance to grab my arm. I'm just gonna put my elbow over top of my hand. His first thing to defend is usually to grab this hand. So if I cover it with my elbow, he can't grab it. Then I work across to my bicep. This goes here, and then just steady pressure. We don't have to rip it. Steady pressure, and I'm retracting my back. And we're just keeping the pressure on. Very light resistance or a light squeeze, and that'll get it with enough time. So right here, under right there, walk it deep. Check your contact points. 1, 2, I have preset pressure. My back isn't retracted yet. I cover my hand with my elbow so he can't defend and get to the strangle hand. It then punches up to my bicep. This chops down, and then I start to slowly roll my back, nice and steady, and that gets the tap. The main thing, people, as hard as you can, and then you release, and every release, the blood flow goes back to the brain. So instead of pull, relax, they keep getting back in the fight every time you relax. Steady pressure, steady pressure, steady pressure. At some point, you'll feel like urgency out of them. That's when you commit and you go all in and take them out. Everyone's good? Do we need to see it again? All right, let's just sit in front of me and we'll go straight from the back. We repped out the entry enough.
No, sir.
Yeah, all right, so we're on the back already, just like when we did the entry onto the back when we were throwing hooks. And whether we threw it straight under, we're gonna try to go straight under. If he's defending, we're gonna go for the seatbelt. Usually, you're gonna rock off to the strangle side. That's the one that's touching his neck. This is the underhook side. So we have our seatbelt and we're here. Bring your hands in like you wanna defend. So that brings his hands in range. I roll this hand under to control his hand here. This hand comes through and controls his wrist. I'm still gonna put pressure to attack his neck, so this hand has to have a job, right? So defend the neck. That hand has a job, it's not resisting me. I push down, I take my foot and I put it over my own hand, heel first, and I can even grab my own shin sometimes. I'm gonna pull that back, either behind his back here, or I can put my foot here, cross my feet, and keep that pinch tight. Now one arm's gone. I'm gonna lift up, keep my wrist. I'm gonna lift up. I'm gonna dig this under his chin, grab his trap over here, and I'm gonna look to post off my elbow and roll us to the other side. From here, head to head, I walk that deep, and now when I pull back, he's gonna try and defend with his hand. You catch it, you cover your hand with your elbow, hand behind, we row through just like we did before. Here, let's rotate this way a little bit. All right, so right here, 2 hooks. I believe I had seatbelt on this side. And we roll to the strangle side for this setup. He's gonna start defending with his hands. This hand rolls out from under, he's not holding it. Catch his hand. This hand rolls out. catches his forearm. The whole point was we're just trying to get this wrist control on the underhook side. Sometimes here I'm gonna have to scoop my hips out a little bit. Hand down, foot in, and I can even complete the chain right here with my hand and my leg. Tuck that behind. So for some of you guys, this is gonna feel better. For some of you guys, this is gonna feel better. So just experiment with both. See what you like. Strangle hand comes in right here. I lift, hand goes under. I roll it to the other side. Boom, and if I can, I just take my elbow and I cover my own hand. I grab my own bicep, hand behind the head. I check my connection points that I've got bicep and forearm contact to his neck, and then I commit some energy into rowing. Spin a little bit more this time. All right. If he ever gives this to you for free, just go straight to the wrist control and you don't have to do the hand pummeling. But over here, boom, we fall off. He goes to resist with his hands. Oh, sorry, I had seatbelt. I control the hands. I get to the forearm. I go to strangle, he's controlling. Hips out. This foot getting all the way across, going from here to here. That's very helpful for this attack, and I can scoot out a little bit even if I need to. Hand down, I trap, connect the loop if you want. Foot can go behind the back, or you could cross your feet. Here, I lift the chin. This hand goes under to the bottom. Right here. And if he starts to fight, I can catch that hand. And then I have top hand position. I'm gonna win the race back up. Here, bicep, and then steady pressure, and we get the finish. Any questions? Cool. Let's try 1, 2.